All right, please pause the video right away to give the students a chance to work on the problem of the day. They can do it on their packet, somewhere with their space on the back or somewhere. If they want to do it on a scratch sheet of paper, they can do that as well. So please pause the video. All right, to go over the problem of the day. Okay, the first one, there are 18 foreign exchange students in the school with 1,000 total students. What is the ratio of foreign exchange students to non-foreign exchange students? Well, the foreign exchange, okay, to the non-foreign exchange, there are 18 that are foreign exchange students. Now, if there's 1,000 total, if I take the 1,000 minus 18, that's going to give me 982. Okay, and of course we need to simplify this. So if I simplify 18 over 982, that is going to simplify to 9 over 491. So the ratio of foreign exchange students to non-foreign exchange students in this high school is 9 to 491. Okay, for the next one here, A, we have x to 104 equals 20 to 80. Okay, we're going to cross multiply, so x times 80 is 80x, and 104 times 20 is 2080. So now all we need to do is take the 2080 divided by 80. And we should get x to equal 26. Okay, and B, again, 36 times n is 36n. And then we need to take 18 times 200, which is going to equal 3,600. Divide by 36. And we get n equals 100 for that. Okay, and the last one there, what percent of the students in the school in problem 5, it should be the first problem there, problem 5 is a misprint, are foreign exchange students. Okay, so I'm looking for the percent, which I don't know, but I know my percent is always over 100. Okay, 18 is my part, 1,000 is my whole. Okay, there's 18 foreign exchange students, that's part of the 1,000. Okay, cross multiply, you're going to end up with 1,000x equals 100 times 18 is 1,800. Divide by 1,000. And we get x equals 1.8%. So 1.8% of those students are foreign exchange students. Okay, moving on to the lesson here. Simple interest. When you deposit money in a savings account, your money earns interest. When you borrow money from the bank charges you interest. Okay, you may remember from previous math courses that interest is the amount of money paid or received for the use of borrowed money. Okay, principal is the total amount of money that is deposited, borrowed, or loaned. Simple interest is the rate of interest that is applied to your principal for 1 year at a time. And that 1 year at a time is important. Simple interest problems are solved a lot the same way that we did percent. You're going to have the percent over 100. The interest is like your part. The principal is your whole. So looking at the first example, if you deposit $500 at a rate of 6% for 2 years, how much interest will you earn? Okay, so they set up the proportion, 6 over 100 equals x over 500. You cross multiply and divide, and you get 30. Okay, now the important thing to remember here is that gives you the interest for 1 year. The question asks for 2 years, so you need to take 30 times 2 to get the 60. So now this one we have principal in account that has a rate of 7.5% for 1 year and earns $900 in interest. Okay, so we're asking what was the initial amount here, the principal. So the proportion's set up. Again, you cross multiply, divide. Now because it only asks for 1 year, whatever you get when you cross multiply and divide, that's your answer. So 12,000 is your answer for this one. Okay, our guided practice problems here. So the first one, we're looking for the interest earned on $4,200 at 6.25% for 5 years. Okay, so we know our percent is 6.25. We don't know what the interest is, that's what it's asking. And then the principal is $4,200. So I go ahead and fill in my information. My percent always goes above the 100. My interest is my part, that's on top, I don't know that. And my principal is $4,200. Okay, so go ahead and cross multiply and divide here to find the missing part of this proportion. So 6.25 times 4,200 and divide that by 100. And we would get $262.50 for 1 year. Okay, now the question asks for 5 years, so we need to take that $262.50 and multiply it by 5, and that would tell us that we earned $1,312.50 in that 5 years of simple interest. Okay, number 2, Terrence opens a savings account with a deposit of $1,000. After 1 year, he receives $50 in interest. What is his interest rate? Okay, so the interest rate is the percent. Okay, that's what we don't know. Okay, the interest it tells us was $50, and the principal was $1,000. So that's what we know. We go ahead and put this information into our proportion now. The percent we don't know, so that's our X. The interest was $50. The principal was $1,000. Again, cross multiply. So you'd have 1,000X equals 100 times 50, which is 5,000. And then just go ahead and divide by 1,000. And you get X to be 5, so it would be 5% in this case. Okay, and the last one, number 3, it says, suppose you lend a friend $400 for 2 years at a rate of 6%. How much should your friend pay you in interest at the end of 2 years? Okay, so I'm going to set up my proportion. I know it's going to be the percent over 100, and it's going to equal my interest over my principal. Okay, the $400, that is my principal because that is the initial amount that I borrowed this friend. Okay, I did this at a rate of 6%, and I don't know the interest. So I set this up, I cross multiply and divide. 6 times 400 is 2,400. And that's going to equal 100 times X. Okay, now I go ahead and divide by 100. 2400 divided by 100 is 24. 24 equals X. Now remember, that's for 1 year. So I need to take that 24 and multiply it by 2 to get the interest for 2 years. Okay, so it's going to be $48 for the 2 years. Okay, that's the last example problem we have. You have the rest of the time to go ahead and work on your independent work and your review. Good luck.